Hi YouTube, welcome to the channel. We're going to do a quick deck profile on True Draco Sky Strikers. I've been playing the deck for a couple weeks now and I've been liking it a lot. There are a lot of different capabilities and it's kind of a unorthodox way of playing either strategy, to be honest with you, because you know how the Sky Striker spell cards don't want you to have anything in the main monster zone, but obviously these tribute summon monsters right here go in the main monster zone. But you're going to look at the deck profile, give you my thoughts on it, and then that'll basically be it. I will not be showing a side deck, only because side deck is pretty straightforward and it's really up to you what you want to play. It's more of spot removal, generic stuff, and honestly, it depends on the matchup. Like I've noticed different decks against this do nothing, and then other decks, prevent you from trying to just a stable to build your board the way you want. Because sometimes you don't open as optimally as you want. So you gotta survive a turn. So if you can survive that turn, you'll be good. But sometimes certain decks don't allow you to do that. So apologize for some of the camera quality at the moment because my stand literally broke right before recording. But try to bear with me, please. So with the monsters, we're playing one Dynamite. Oh, let me try to. There you go. One Dynamite, two Ignis. Oh, that's not Ignis. My bad. Two Ignis. You're only playing 3 True Draco monsters right now, due to you don't want them to be your main focus inside the deck. They're more of a spell engine. You just a quick way to get all 3 spells into your grave to make your engage live. At the same time, if they're beat sticks, obviously, so you get that out of the way as well. You're playing diagrams, so they become a little bigger. You get the trap with him, you get the spells with this guy. It's really hard to. They don't do too much for you. They're more of just there to tutor out draws, also tributing your True Draco spell and traps to spot removal. So that's why they're there. They're more utility than anything. They're not really playing a true Draco deck. The last main deck monster aside from hand traps is 2 Ray. 3 isn't necessary because you play the token getter, and then aside from that, you don't really need it because just too much. Because you have a lot of ways to get the Ray out of the deck aside from engage or the Rhoda, so it's really good at just 2. 2 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I'd play 3, I guess. I mean, it's up to you. I just like 2 ratio for me. That's just preference. And then my other hand trap is 1 Nibiru. Obviously, you can play more. At YCS Pasadena, about a month or 2 ago, they played someone top with this build. Well, not with this build, with this deck, and played 3 Nibiru. So if you want to add more Nibiru or more Ash, that's your preference. If you don't have access to those, Ash Blossom, not Ash Blossom, any hand traps you really have access to, whether it's Effect Veiler and permanents, etc. It's really your preference. Obviously, for the next spells, 3 Sky Striker Engage. I cannot speak. Not to mention it's Mobilize Engage. I didn't even realize that. I don't read cards, guys. Next, you're playing 3 Area 0. You target a card. You mill 3 cards, and you excavate the top 3. And if you had a Sky Striker spell card, you add it. It's really good just to get your engine going. The second effect is what you utilize a lot in this deck, is you'll use Diagram and pop something, or you'll tribute your True Draco spells off to pop the Area 0, whether it's on your side of the field or not, and then you'll get the Ray for free. So that's another reason why you only play 2 Ray. Then I was playing 3 Shark Cannon, but it just didn't come up a lot for me. I was just in a lot of advantage winning game states, so I replaced the 3rd card with another card, which I'll show you. It was pretty good. So other than that, there's really not much to say about the card. You get to your extra monsters from your opponent's graveyard to either link, climb, or just kill them instantaneously. At the same time, it acts as like a kind of like a called by the grave without the negating effect. You can banish combo pieces your opponent needs, whether it's Orcus, dinosaurs. You know, there's countless decks. Thunder Dragons. You know what I mean. Then we're playing the one Jamming Waves. The one Afterburner. They're literally the same card, just opposites. Pop a monster. If you have 3 spells, then you can destroy a spell or trap. If you target destroy a set card, then if you have 3 spells in your grave, you destroy a monster. It does not target the second part of these effects. Only the first parts do. Most people don't realize that, even though the deck's been out for like a year, 2 years now. The one Widow Anchor, one Hornet Drone, Snatch Steal. We play the one multi-roll. One Hercules base, just so when a cool thing that I've been doing is I set it, activate diagram, pop it, and then I'll add the 3 Sky Striker cards I need back to my deck. And then the one Eagle Booster, they're all just one ofs. You can probably play one more Afterburner, or one more Jamming Waves like in the side if you wanted to, depending on your preference. At the same, and also like the 3rd Shark Cannon probably might come up. I don't know. I'm still testing. But as of right now, I feel like it's good with just 2. I mean, it felt... Because I was playing with 3, and then after getting bodied by my friend with pendulums, it didn't feel right. And then after I took it out and replaced it with another card, it just felt more a little better. I don't know how to explain it. I didn't really need it, but I digress. For True Draco spells, we play 2 Draco Phoenix. You don't play 3 because we don't play enough True Draco cards to care about shuffling them back. But you need the name... Popping is cool, and then there's Once in a Blue Moon where you'll get to shuffle 3, draw 1. Once in a Blue Moon, but it doesn't come up as often as you like. Then we play the best True Draco spell, 3 Heritage. Play with 3 Heritage because he's the one that lets you draw for every True Draco card destroyed from the field to the graveyard. So whether it's a monster, spell, or trap, you draw 1 for each of the 3. So if I pop 1 monster and a trap, and a spell, that's 3 draws, so it's minimum of +1, and then on top of the additional summon, and on top of the fact that if I get rid of it, I can destroy a spell or trap. So it's really, really good, really, really good. I feel like it's the best one. And then the card that you play in the deck to allow you to play the True Dracos, you play 3 Diagram. Diagram is really good. Pop a card, search a True Draco or True King's card from your deck to your hand. Most of the time you just use it to, you're using it to tutor out your heritage to draw as many cards as you possibly can. Like I said, you want to get 3 spells engraved before you use your engage just for the +1, and also get your rest of your Sky Striker cards more alive, due to just it's a free advantage deck. That's all you really care about. And there's so many unique things you can do that honestly the only thing you really have to pay attention to is think your plays through, just so you don't screw yourself over and lock yourself out of your Sky Striker spells. That's honestly the biggest thing. 1 Terraforming, 1 Reinforce in the Army for Ray, and then the best card in the deck is Set Rotation. The reason you play Set Rotation is so you can set your Diagram on your side of the field and your Area 0 on your opponent's side of the field, and that way, like I mentioned before, if you can destroy Area 0 with a True Draco spell card, and then you get the Ray effect, you get to special summon Ray off of Area 0's second effect. So it's really, really good. It lets you get, because it's also a spell too, so that's 1 spell. Diagram is a spell and gets you another spell, so that's 2. And then the Area 0 will be 3 of you popping it. So that's like a 3 spell card, 1 card combo. It's the reason it's at 1, aside from the old reasons, I don't even remember. I think it was due to Mystic Mine or something like that. And then the 1 Upstart, just because it's a spell, so you're playing 39 cards right now. And then for the rest of the traps, you're playing the rest of the cards you're playing traps. And then True Draco Apocalypse, I was playing 3, but in the matchups I was playing it, I didn't really like it. I always been able to search it, whether off of Diagram or off of Dynamite, and half the time, if you're in a winning advantage state, it doesn't really do anything. So like it just sits there most of the time, and I'm not really tribute sending on my opponent's turn unless I really like have to. Like it's like the only plays I can make to stop something or to capitalize on my advantage. So that's why I only play 2. You could play the other one, Return, I believe it is, the monster born from the grave. I've considered it just for the extra name, and then obviously the pop, and then I guess the special summon mechanic from the grave would also come up eventually. But for the way it is, it's really okay. And then for the last card we play in the main deck is 3 There Can Only Be One. I took 1 Apocalypse out for the 3rd There Can Only Be One because I wanted to see it as fast as possible, because against like 75% of your matchups it's just a blowout card, and with like the rest of the stuff in your deck you can't really lose because you can sit on a I think her name's Hayate. Yeah, Hayate. You can sit on a Hayate if you really needed to and poke for 15 with all your Sky Striker spells in the grave, and there can only be one, and you can't really do much because like you can just recycle them all away. Because like the way the deck works is like really different than regular Sky Strikers, because you're tutoring out so many ways to search out anything. Like turn by turn, if you survive to turn 3, like you honestly have so much advantage because you're also maining Ash and then Nibiru. So it's like if your opponent can't kill you fast enough, you're just gonna win over time. But that's like how the Sky Striker deck worked originally, but with this I feel like it's just a slightly faster version, and you get a little more kill potential because you have the main deck Ignis, and so you can make the Fire Charmer and then Link Climb if you need to, because people are gonna try to pop that There Can Only Be One. And it's always going to be there, whether you're going to use Widow Anchor to negate it or you're going to let it go off, and then you Link Climb and use your Charmer to try to make something else. But alright, for the Link monsters, we play 3 Hayate, 3 Shizuku, sorry, I'm one-handed at the moment. 3 Shizuku. We play the 1 Kayana. I've been just considering playing her at 2, just because in this deck sometimes like you don't get like the once in a while you'll open unoptimally and you're just gonna want to survive. But I mean, in all reality, if long as you shall power shuffle, and like these sleeves are really bad, so it's probably like old, so it's probably why I was breaking this more than I would normally. So I feel like you have to play her just so you need that second turn. Like if you don't open optimally, you need that second turn. But Kagari, the best card in the Sky Striker extra deck, and the 1 Hida, the Fire Charmer, 1 Phoenix, 1 Barricade Blocker. I haven't made him yet because I haven't needed it because I've been drawing pretty decent, but you use him to add the field spell, whatever one you need, just to get through your combos. And also you Link Climb with him because he's generic, two monsters with different names. And then we play the Unicorn, we play Ningirsu, and then for the last 2 monsters in the extra deck, we play Borolo Dragon and Amphibious Swarm Blue Whale. I think I said that right. I've been using this because like you can get your Ray back, and then his effects are you can use both effects when he dies. So like if he dies, then you can special summon a Link 3 or lower from your graveyard, and then if one of my Link 3 or lower monsters were to die by battle or card effect, I can destroy your card on the field. So like you banish him, destroy your card on the field. So like you bait out the Ray, so you get the special summon Ray effect to add Sky Striker spell trap card from your Sky Striker card from your graveyard, and then they try to run it over because it's like in the same battle phase or whatever, and then they do, and then they lose their monster. And from what I understand, it does not target. So yeah, it doesn't target either, so it just destroys the card. And then obviously the Ningirsu, just a non-target. Same basic principle here. The only difference, he's a Link 4, and then if it's a grind game, he gains 200 attack for every Link monster in the graveyard. So like if you're in a situation where you can't recycle a whole bunch of stuff, like your Kagari and everything, and you're like last couple turns, like 5 cards in deck, and then you have like all these, you have like 2 Hayate, all your Shizukus, your Kagari in the grave, he gains 200 boost for every single one of them. And then obviously the Boro Storage is just for the OTK potential. It doesn't come up every single game, but it's definitely there. Honestly, never even made it once. Most of the games I'm just snatch stealing, I'm shark canning things from the graveyard that are enough attack, and then you make so many spells in the grave faster than normal. So Kagari's like sitting there at 3k sometimes, you know what I mean? If not like 28 3k is the most consistent attack I've been getting her at. And then that's all basically it for the deck. Just the one thing that I've noticed is if I can't get like a really good first turn and I open like one engine than the other, that's basically all you can really do, and just hope you draw into something. But other than that, guys, hope you've had a wonderful New Year's, Christmas. Stay tuned for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. This is only the tip of the iceberg at the moment. I just wanted to get a deck profile out there of what I've been playing. The 2020 Master Rule change is definitely going to affect this channel a lot. So many deck profiles will be coming, so many videos, so stay tuned. Please like, comment, subscribe, anything, even if it's a dislike, anything. Any decks that you want to see, whether it's something really bad, tier 3, tier 4, I don't care, or something you want to see for 2020 format, please give me a thumbs up, like, just share, anything. This is all that matters. Thank you so much for watching. This is King in the Games, and I'll be signing out.